Sloan, I understand that you don't want Vicky to worry. But having a biopsy and then sitting around waiting to find out whether or not your cancer's returned, that is not something you should have to go through by yourself. Don't shut Vicky out. I mean it. She's...
Larry, what are you doing here? Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I forgot to tell you, Larry was upstairs making some phone calls. I told you she would track us down. I know you're busy. You have to go. I won't keep you. I'll see you there later.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you take care. Vicky, I'm sorry, I gotta run.
Oh,
see
yeah, sure. Bye.
Let's see the brochures.
I don't think so. I think first you should tell me what's going on. I mean, obviously, you and Larry are keeping something from me. What is it?
See, Cassie, this is exactly the same as what we were dealing with years ago when they realized that the success rate for rehabilitating rapists was extremely low.
So you're saying if you were to co-lead Todd's therapy session with Sheila, that you couldn't make a change?
Well, it's not just that. It's the whole idea of co-leading this session with Todd Manning sitting there front and center. I mean, you know, am I even going to be able to help this guy? Marty is our best friend,
I know,
Cassie. But I know, you've already said it. He's already out, and he's asking for help, and if I could help him, then that would help Marty.
I think it could, because right now she's living her whole life in fear.
So the real question is...
Can Todd Manning be helped?
Or is he just going to go out and hurt somebody else? No matter what we do.
Hey there, Mr. Football.
Hey, Alice.
We're still on for lunch, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I hope so. I was just thinking about it. Where you want to go?
I'm new in town. You decide.
Have you ever been to Rhodey's?
Yeah. I had a drink there with some of the nurses a couple nights ago. Seems like a fun place.
Yeah, it is. All right, then. I guess I'll see you in there in an hour.
You got it.
Okay.
What, are you crazy? What? Do you know who that is? Do you know what he is? Excuse me.
Where?
Hi, Cord. What, you here to check up on me again?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, thought I'd come by, see how you doing.
Well, I'm just fine. Just peachy, just dandy, swell.
Not bad, huh? You going someplace?
Oh, it's nothing like a suicide attempt to bring the best out in Aunt Dorian. In fact, she is springing for me to go away to this beautiful health spa to get my head together while I recuperate. Now, what do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think you could use the rest, and I think you could also use the time away.
Yeah. So can Max, I'm sure. Away from things like me. Won't have me hanging around, crying, begging for him to love me.
Yeah, Blair. Max could use some time to get himself together. Look, he's on the road to recovery right now. And he's finally getting the help that he needs. Yeah. And the last thing he needs is someone trying to knock him off that road.
Hi, I'm Max.
Max. Bill, come on in. And believe you me, you've come to the right place.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure. I'm feeling a little leery right now.
Relax, we're all friends. And this room's got just what you need.
Hey, Max Holden. Great to see you. Come on, buy some chips. Pull up a chair.
Look, I don't know who you are.
My name is Marty Saybrook, and there's obviously a lot of things you don't know, Ms. Henson.
Well, one thing I do know. I don't like people who eavesdrop on private conversations, okay? Excuse me.
I know Todd Manning very, very well.
Hey, come on. I feel that way about some of my ex-boyfriends, too.
No, he's not my ex-boyfriend. He just got out of prison. Did you know that?
What?
I didn't think so. Todd's here on a work release program. They put him in prison because he's a rapist. He's also a kidnapper and a murderer.
I'm new here. I just came up from Georgia. How do you know all this?
Because I'm one of his victims. Todd raped me. He also killed a man I loved very much.
Oh, my God. But, I mean, if they let him out...
They let him out because he's a master manipulator. He suckered people into thinking he deserved a second chance. Look, I don't want to run your life for you, but there's just a bit of advice. Stay away from Todd Manning. You have no idea how dangerous he is. And if you think for a minute that he won't hurt you, you're wrong. Because he will.
We're not keeping anything from you. It just so happens that we're going to have to beef up this fundraising campaign for the University Medical School. Larry's worried because we're way under projection. I'm worried, too.
I'm sorry, but I could have sworn that you told me you and Larry left my house because you thought I was tired.
Yes, I did.
Now you tell me you really came over here so that you and Larry could work on the funding problem.
Well, I didn't want to. It has to be done sometime.
I'm having a little trouble understanding this. I mean, I came over here to look for you, and I found you. And then we talked about our vacation, and I said I had brochures in the car, and I went out to get them, and...
I'm sorry. What? When you got here, the fact that Larry was upstairs just went out of my mind. What can I say? You walk into a room, and my mind goes blank.
Yeah, right.
It's true.
But now you have to go to the hospital, and you have to go work on this fund drive with him.
I'm sorry. We'll make the plans as soon as I can get free of this whole thing. Is that all right?
It's fine.
Okay. I would much rather go upstairs and make our travel plans from the bedroom.
Well, I think it would probably be a lot more interesting than sitting around staring at a list of donors that you can hit up for money. And by the way, I already gave.
I know you gave. And I thank you. Thank you. I love you so much. Always know that. I love you. I can't imagine life without you.
Oh. Well, you don't ever have to worry about that, because I'm not going anywhere.
Now, I know you're going to take the time to have some lunch with me before you rush off to the airport, right? Here we go. Thank you very much. Well, I hope you're hungry, because I'm starving. So listen, tell me about this. So Doreen's going to send you out to the spa?
Nothing like Serenity Springs, I hear.
Oh, no, I bet not. I bet Doreen's in all that high-tech stuff, you know, with all those scantily clad men coming by to rub you down with oil.
I don't know, Court, if you can believe those brochures, maybe.
It's good to see you smiling again.
Well, at least something good came out of this little fiasco. Cassie doesn't think that I'm the Spider Woman anymore, and Doreen is actually being pleasant. Of course, she will probably remind me of this wonderful favor that she's doing for me when she needs a payback, but at least I don't feel so alone.
Good. It's been tough for you since you come back from Texas, huh?
Yeah, it reminds me of before I found my mother, when I had no family, no one to turn to or trust. And then this time when everyone turned their back on... Look, I know. I brought all this on my own.
question is, why are you here?
Me?
Yes. Cord, you have more reason to hate me than anyone.
Well, I don't, sorry.
So why did you really come back here to check on me? You want me to thank you for saving my life? Oh. Sorry. I don't know where that came from.
Listen, Blair, all the people who have done things to hurt you, all the things you've done to hurt yourself, even trying to back out of life the way you did, I just see that as part of a sickness, that's all.
What can I say? I love Max.
But at least now you're ready to accept the truth. And I think more importantly, you're ready to take care of yourself.
Well, I hope so. Because I sure don't want to go back to that painful place. You probably aren't going to want to hear this, but I went to see Max earlier.
Why?
To tell him that I was sorry and...
And what?
Goodbye.
Oh. That was a big step. A good step. And I imagine that was very difficult for you to do. And listen, Mary, you know, I've always considered you to be one very strong individual. And you got a lot of courage, too, Blair. You're gonna make it through this. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna take some time, but you're gonna be fine. And you know what? You're gonna find some people are very proud of you. More people than you think. To us. You know, I knew I'd be reinstated eventually.
So did I.
And that's one of the things that kept me going.
And the other?
You. What, that surprises you?
Well, I've been thinking about you a lot lately, too.
Thinking good or thinking bad? Not bad. Come on, let's dance. What?
It's the middle of the day.
Yeah. And it's our day, our celebration.
Well, no one else is dancing.
Girl, you better get up here and dance with me before I do a solo and embarrass us. Now that you're up, just slide your arms around me. Yeah.
Anyway, it's not something that I can put my finger on, Cord. He didn't say anything specific. It's just that Max seems so lost.
Well, unfortunately, with Luna gone out of his life right now, that about sums him up.
All right, let me be blunt with you. I am very worried about Max.
You're thinking he might be tempted to gamble again?
Well, I think he's lost all hope now that Luna's out of his life, and he's having difficulty accepting the fact that he's got to heal himself before Luna's going to take him back.
But he can kick this thing. I know it. He can make it. What's really frustrating about this, he was just about to pick up the phone, call Gamblers Outreach, get involved in the program, when Blair pulls this attempted suicide thing. You know, I know it's going to be tough for him. I know he can work through it, though, and I know he can make it.
Boy, I gotta tell you, I admire the way that you're standing by Max after all that he did.
Well, he sure hurt a lot of people,
Including
that's for sure.
you.
Well, look, what he did to me was nothing compared to the way he hurt Luna. And Al, and most of all, himself. I don't know, I guess I always looked at it like he was sick, you know, that he had this illness. And what do? I mean, you don't turn your back on somebody because they're sick, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, what he needs right now is he needs another chance. And he needs all the help he can get.
All right, come to Papa. This is the way life is supposed to be.
Hey, Max, are you in or are you out?
Did you guys hear that? It sounded like, oh, man,
It was terrible. Some little boy ran right out into the road.
Oh my God, not Al.
Is Al okay?
He's alive because of you.
So hard. I wasn't thinking.
Shh. Just don't talk. Don't talk. The ambulance is here, okay? We're gonna take care of you. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay, I promise.
out of the way, mister. Max, you in or out?
I have to wash up. Deal me out.
Kid?
Then Max isn't here either. Listen, did he give you any indication where he was going?
No. He was real nervous this morning. Then that man came.
Oh, who was that?
I was in the kitchen.
Did he say when he'd be home?
No, just late.
Right. Thanks, Gene. Imperial Hotel, room 611.
Oh, hey, I'm really sorry.
No problem.
Hi, wait, Ben, this is, Jimmy G, the guy I told you about who invited us to listen to his band perform. Jimmy G, this is Ben Price.
Actually, I think we met before.
Right. When I was here with my sister.
Sure, Sheila.
Right.
You're the doctor they wrote up in the paper today.
He sure is. He saved all those lives.
Yeah, that's what they said. Well, congratulations. Listen, I would really like to buy you two a drink. What do you say?
Well...
Sure.
Good. Thank you. Here. Oh, and Rachel, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. Something, well, it's kind of important.
Hey, Manny.
Hey, Rocky. What's happening?
Nothing. And that's the way I want to keep it. Why don't you take a hike?
Me, what Are you still upset about what happened with Powell? Look, he started that, not me. I still don't know what he was so upset about.
Who cares? I want you out of here.
All right, newsflash, Rocky. I come and I go where I want, when I want. You got a problem with that? You talk to your boss. She's the one that rented me the room upstairs.
No trouble.
Hey, who wants trouble, right? I'm here to meet some cute little nurse, okay? Hey, anybody named Alice been asking for me?
Yeah, right. Manny, the only kind of girl would go out with you would be either have to be blind or from Mars.
So funny, I forgot to laugh.
She probably told you she'd meet you here just because she wanted to get you out of her face.
You tell me you've changed, that you've suffered and you've learned. All right, well, then you are on the road to where you should be, but you're nowhere near. You are nowhere near there. And I can't take any more pain, and I can't risk being hurt by you anymore. And I know you're going to hurt me again because I know it just as much as I know my own name.
No, darling.
Look, don't even try to sweet talk me because I am immune to it. I want you to do me a real big favor. I want you to go and get Al, and I want you to take him home.
You don't mean that.
I mean it. I mean it more than anything. never met before. I want you to get out of my room. I don't want you to get out of my life.
Okay, one more chip.
Hey, Max, you just gonna leave this pile of chips here? It's not gonna get any bigger unless you play, you know.
I tell you, that guy Holden, he's the luckiest guy I know when it comes to playing cards.
Yeah, well, what can I tell you? Mother Nature loves all men from Texas.
Okay, 5-card draw. Nothing wild. Jacks are better to open. Let's go ante up. What? You didn't like the doorbell?
Thought I did. What, he a friend of yours, Max?
What are you doing here, Max?
Excuse me, how'd you find me?
Found this card on your desk. You're not supposed to be here, Max.
Yeah? Why not? Got no reason to be home. Got no reason to be anywhere. Well, is there?
Yeah, you got a lot of reasons, Max. And you know them all, so there's no point in me lecturing you.
Hey, well, what can I tell you, Cord? Just one place in my life where I feel great. I can't say that about much else right now. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. Feast your eyes on this. What am I supposed to do with these babies, huh?
Walk away.
What?
Push away from the table. Walk away. You come with me.
I can't do that, man. I just can't.
I think you can, Max. I know you can. Because I believe in you, and I think you're just about as ready as you're ever going to be to get up, turn your back, and walk away. But that's your call. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Have you made your decision about Todd's therapy session?
No. And if I keep stringing it out, you're going to have to start calling me Hamlet.
Oh, come on. Nobody's pushing you.
I'm pushing myself. If I'm going to co-lead these sessions with Sheila, I got to let her know. If not... Court said something very interesting about Max.
What? Is Max all right?
He's hanging in there. He's desperate, which is a given the way his life's been going. But what Cord said was very simple. He said Max needed help, so he couldn't give up.
Oh, so you're thinking...
I'm thinking, what kind of a minister am I if I believe that not everybody deserves some help? If they're willing to ask for it, if they're willing to work, who am I to, refuse?
Which means?
Which means that... Yes, I'm going to call Sheila and tell her I'll co-lead these sessions. Maybe I can help Todd, maybe not. I've got to try. Whoa, where did that come from? The decision or the fact that I finally made up my mind?
Oh, come on. You know that I would back you no matter what, but I feel that this is right. I mean, I don't think I could do it. And I know it's going to be really hard for you to be objective when you're face-to-face with Todd, but this is right, Andrew. I feel it.
Good, because I think it is, too.
So what's first? You going to call Sheila?
No. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to explain things to Marty.
It's not going to be easy for her.
I have some parishioners that I need to see at the hospital, so I'll go down and see if I can find her. I just hope that she understands.
Marty?
Oh, hi.
Ella Tenton.
Right.
I just thought I'd let you know that I chickened out on my lunch date with Todd.
Smart move.
The weird thing is, he seems so gentle when you talk to him. I must have bad instincts when it comes to men, huh?
Don't blame yourself. Todd fools people right and left. I mean, how do you think he got pardoned into this work release? He even convinced the governor and made him feel sorry for him.
The eyes.
What?
Todd has such sad eyes. And he sounds so sincere, too.
Yeah, right.
You know, maybe he really is sorry. Maybe he does deserve a second chance, you know?
Alice, he's dangerous. They let him out. Big mistake, but they did it. And now he's free to hurt somebody else. And anyone who thinks that he can be cured or changed, they're wrong. Dead wrong.
Who is this Jimmy G? I mean, where'd this guy come from, and what's he want with us?
Oh, come on. He's probably some lonely guy who just got into town, and he's trying to make friends. I mean, it's no big deal him having drinks with us, is it?
Yeah, it is. I'd rather be spending time with you alone.
Here we go. Rachel, Ben.
Thank you. So, what did you want to talk to me about?
Oh, no, we can do that another time. Right now, I say, here's to the doctor that killed off that flu virus.
Here, here.
Well, thank you, but actually the problem wasn't a flu virus. It was some contaminated syringes, and once we figured out what the bacterium was, it really pretty much took care of itself.
He's being modest.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, I still say the hospital's lucky to have you, not to mention Sheila. And now that I moved here, I hope I get to know you and Sheila and you too, Rachel. Here's to getting to know you all real well.
What did you say her name was, Alice?
Hey, yeah, what? You seen her, man? Is she here?
Looks like she didn't show up.
Someone is late.
Max, you Annie yet?
Here. You need these more than I do.
Max, what, are you crazy?
Yeah, I'm crazy. Crazy for coming here in the first place. Come on, let's go home. Good idea.
Wait, Chicago? You're from Chicago?
South Side. Born tough and ready to fight.
Well, I was born in Chicago, too.
Is that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, where did you grow up? Something tells me it wasn't the South Side.
No, Morton Grove.
It's nice.
Well, my father's from the South Side.
Is that a fact?
Mm-hmm.
I really hope you two aren't gonna sit here and trade stories about growing up in the Windy City, because I've never even been to Chicago.
No, maybe we can get together and do that another time. Maybe when I come and see your mom. In fact, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, Rachel.
What, you need a lawyer?
Yeah, just a few legal things, some papers I need to take care of like that. But I hear she's the best in town.
I can testify to that.
So can I.
Well, great.
Look, I will arrange an appointment, but how can I get in touch with you?
Well, I'm always on the move. Maybe I better just call you at the office.
Fine. Anytime.
Thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate this.
So, how far was the spa?
Spa is just about 3 miles right down here on Route 62, about a 5-minute drive. Which means that when you have a concert, Sloan and I will be able to come early and stay late. It's a kid. It's a joke. I'm kidding.
I know. And Dad'll be able to come, too. It isn't that far from the ranch.
No, it's about a half an hour. Ranch is right there.
Cool.
Honey, are you really okay about Sloan vacationing with us?
Hey, he's vacationing with you. I'm going to music camp, remember? Besides, I told you I'd give him a chance, and I meant it. He was so great when you were really sick.
You still miss Daddy, though, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, when I come down the stairs, it's like, I don't know, I just picture him at the breakfast table. But I'm cool. You guys just live in different houses.
But we both love you very, very much, Jessie.
And Sloane's nice.
Nice? You make it sound like a disease.
Well, he's kind of, I don't know.
Reserved.
Whatever. It's just that Dad has such a great sense of humor.
You're right. Daddy has a great sense of humor. But believe it or not, Sloane has a sense of humor, too. It's just a little different. It's very dry. And I'm quite sure you'll get used to it. In fact, I'm hoping very much that you will grow to like him. Because, you know, very soon, he is going to be part of our family.
Where's Dr. Wallach?
He's still in the lab. He should be here any minute.
Well, it's not too hard to tell from the look on your face. Is it that bad? So, let's hear it.
Sloan, the initial reports indicate that the cancer is no longer in remission. In fact,
Come on, say it.
In fact, it appears to be spreading.
Vicky.
Now, of course, we will start researching this, best treatment right away. And the cancer is in different stages, so give me a chance to consult with a couple of my colleagues, and then we'll start fighting back, okay?
Sure.
This does not necessarily mean it's the end.
No, we'll sure have to wait and see about it, won't we?
He has to know about this, Sloan. The best thing would be to tell her right away. Will you?
After everything fell down on me, Luna telling me to leave, to stop coming around, asking for another chance, going out to North Carolina, I don't know when I ever felt so alone.
Wait a minute. When I left, you were ready to call the Gamblers Outreach, right?
Yeah. But then what Blair did to herself, I mean, come on, Cord, let's face it. She tried to kill herself because of me, and if she had died,
Which she didn't.
Yeah, no, she didn't, but the way I felt, it didn't matter so much when I did. I mean, every life I touch is ruined. Luna trusted me. She gave herself to me, heart and soul. Look what happened to her. Blair was ready to do anything for Max Holton, and I played around with her for a little while. Look what happened to her.
Yeah, wait a minute. You can't go beating yourself up like this, Max. That's not going to help you right now.
What I'm trying to tell you how I felt. I felt empty. Nothing. Dead. But I knew there was one place where I would feel okay. Where I wouldn't feel like a loser.
Gambling.
You got it. I know it was a false feeling. I know it wasn't really safe for me. And that I was heading for total wipeout eventually, but for that moment, it felt safe. And I wasn't alone.
You're not going to be alone, Max. Never. Because you still got your friends. And there are also people in this world who are in the same position you are.
Gamblers.
People, you were going to call them, right?
Gamblers
That's
outreach.
right.
Yeah, well, I screwed that up too, didn't I?
Look, you went gambling, all right? But you also walked out of there. Your own 2 feet, man. You did that. And you came back home where you truly are safe. That should show you how much strength that you've got inside of you. So come on, why don't you take the next step? Call him. Pick up the phone. Call him.
For Luna.
No, it can't be for Luna. Can't be for me, can't be for Al. It could be for you. For Max Holden.
Hey, Alice. What happened? I waited for you at lunch, you know. You never showed. No phone call, nothing? Is everything okay? What happened?
Look, I'm really busy, okay?
Wait a minute. Come on, what's going on here? I mean, a couple hours ago I see you, you're smiling, you know, everything's great. Now you look like you're ready to jump out of your skin. What's up?
I talked to Marty Saybrook, the woman you raped.
Marty.
Andrew.
Hi.
Hi, they told me someone was waiting. I didn't expect to... What's wrong?
I need to talk to you.
What? Is Cassie sick, the baby?
No, she's fine. It's about you and me. Can we sit down? Sheila Price talked to me today about co-leading some therapy sessions that Todd would be involved in.
You're kidding. People do the most amazing things, don't they? I mean, she knows that you were with me when we went to the hospital after the rape. She was my counselor. I don't even know why she's getting involved with this. What's wrong?
Marty, boy.
Oh, my God, Andrew. Don't tell me you told her you'd do it. Did you?
Yes. If I can, I'm going to try and help Todd.